Hey, beautiful souls, and welcome back, or welcome to the Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Good morning, happy Monday. Here we are, a brand new week in front of us. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. It was very interesting, very busy for me. Another hockey tournament. We did really well, third place, third place. And I'm really proud of the team. They worked really hard this weekend. I'm going to jump in directly into the energy update because I don't have a lot of time this morning. I do have an in-person sessions, so I've got to be very time aware as I've got to get to my in-person office. So let's jump into the energy update. We've got a bit of a mixed bag of energy this week. Energetic support was very, very loud when I did some channeling. You're going to need it. We're going to need some energetic support, supporting yourself, grounding yourself, energetic protection. For those of you who are empaths, please listen up a little bit closely because you're going to need to support yourself. A lot of feeling, a lot of releasing of energy from other people may be coming at you, big sensitive feelings. You might feel out of balance this week, and endings of friendships, ending of situations, endings are coming in. Now, endings, we can look at it from two different perspectives. Endings can be really hard and difficult, and we can kind of sit in that too much. Endings can be beautiful because it means that there is new beginnings, there is new things coming, but some things need to end and fall apart, fall back, and we need to heal from that. On the other side of these endings is a big transformation. I really feel the next couple weeks, both personally and collectively, we're coming in for some transformation, changing how we think, changing how we navigate it, changing, and with transformation is growth. But with for many of us, and put up your hand, for many of us, growth, we go kicking and screaming, right? We resist it, we fight it because we don't like change. We don't like change as humans for the most part. So, with this change that's coming in, and remember, this can also be from the people that are around you. So, if you're not feeling the sensitive or the out of balance or a lot of the emotions, watch the people that who you are close to in your household or your close friends that you support, because the energetic support is going to come in very, very loud. Decisions are also on the table this week. I feel like there's going to be decisions. They may not always be big, but they may be big for some of you, but decisions are coming in. There may be some small decisions, there may be some big decisions. There's some decisions and some choices. Choice and free will is a big thing for us here in the human world. But repeat lessons are also on the table this week energetically. So if you've got some stuff that keeps coming up, perhaps it might be the same theme of things going on around you, or you're going through this, why am I on wash, rinse, repeat? Why am I on wash, rinse, repeat? I feel like you've got to take a look at that as what repeat lessons are coming up, because it's just guidance. So it's guidance from our spirit council, from our spirit team, guiding us into this transformation. And when we kind of navigate, and it's not all heavy, you guys. Transformation is a beautiful thing. Being, sensitivity and finding our balance is a beautiful thing. And this isn't a doom and gloom energetic forecast for you this week. It's just what spirit's giving me, but it's going to bring us into a transformation. And when we get to the other side of it, when we get to the other side of growth and we get to the other side of endings, it clears that path. It clears a path for us to be able to navigate in a different direction. And of course, we always have choice and free will. You can decide not now, and it's perfectly okay. You always do what's best for you. There's also some humbling energy moving in this week, feeling a little bit of that humble moment, and that often comes from the learning. Remember, we're all here learning, and that's going to be a big thing this week as we navigate through some of this energy. It's we're all I'm here learning. I'm here learning. I'm learning too. So that self-talk this week is going to also help support you through that. Now, empaths, the energy from other people could be very loud. People can be, having their own moments, having their own experiences, having their own transformation, going through their own endings. And the empaths feel that, a little bit heavier than others sometimes. So if you have people around you that are struggling, make sure that you've got the energetic support. Making sure that you got yourself grounded, carrying a couple crystals in your pocket. Observe, don't absorb. It's going to be a very big thing if this is other people around you. If you have other people that are experiencing these things or making decisions, observe, don't absorb. You can support people from being being right beside you. I'm going to be right beside you is kind of a good place to be when other people are going through their stuff. We can't change it for them. They've got to learn too. We can support them from a beside rather than let me take that for you. Let me take that for you. Or I'm gonna interrupt your learning for you. That doesn't help long term with people. And that's one thing that I think we can all nod our heads. Yeah, I tried to fix that. And man, I ended up with egg on my face myself. How many of you have been there? Right. And it's because people need to go through their own stuff, and they need us to support and not absorb it and not change it. Just be a cheerleader if it's people around you. Now, when it comes to endings, I mean, we all struggle with endings to some capacity, whether it be ending a cycle, ending a phase, ending a relationship. It can be simple changes, just changing how a point of view, or changing eating habits, whatever it is. We struggle with the ending. We don't like the ending, right? We're great when we get to the other side of the ending, but the ending part we really, really struggle with. So a lot of things that might help you throughout this week, or in the future with endings, is really practicing learning to let go, learning to surrender it. I won't fight anything. If something's got to end, it's got to end. I won't fight it. And I catch myself too, because I will watch, am I fighting something that needs to end? Where's my resistance? Even okay, and yeah, maybe I don't want to let it go, and it's hard to let something go or someone go, but am I fighting that? And is it for my highest good? Where am I in it? Check in with yourself this week as you're navigating through some of this sensitivity, all the big feelings, the transformation and the endings, the decisions, energetic support yourself. Check in with your community here on the channel. Like just kind of navigate through that. And as I always say, what resonates with you for energetic support. It doesn't have to be crystals, and it doesn't have to be grounding the way I ground. Create your own spiritual practices with whatever works for you. But just kind of check in. And what am I resisting here? What needs to go? What's trying to show me? Taking an inventory. What is this trying to show me? What is this trying to teach me? I need to get out of the way of it and just kind of allow it to unravel. Excuse me. I hope that this is very helpful information for you for the week. The energy updates are not always fluffy bunny, you guys. And I always sit with Spirit, and I was like, "Oh, Spirit's like, we love Lana, we love you humans so much, but man, you struggle with endings." And I'm like, "Yes, we do. We struggle with letting go." And it's when you think about it, we like to control things here in the physical world. We want control of it all. And most of it's out of our control anyway. But that's what we do here in the physical world, right? And in Spirit's like, we love you so much. I kind of chuckled when they said that. We love you so much, but that's that. Well, that was the community. That was the chit chat, the conversation that I had with them this morning. Let me grab a couple of questions here before I have to go. It's good to see so many of you joining me on this beautiful Monday morning. What the Spirit Okay, this is from Jasmine. What does spirit guides say about my back pain? Is it related to my low muscle, or is it related to stress? Jasmine, I'm feeling a combination both there. So I am feeling physical pain. I'm not feeling it all energetic. So there's the physical part, and then there's the energetic part, and I feel you got a combination of both. I do feel. Sorry, guys. I'm a little coffee this morning. I feel that, Jasmine, that part of it is physical, and the stress is bringing it on. So I feel like and I don't feel like this is all completely new with this back pain. I feel like you've kind of tweaked that before, because it does have a physical feeling to it as well as an energetic. Try some releasing. Try some stretch. Not medical advice, but try some stretches. YouTube some beginner yoga. Get that energy moving. Ask, what do I need to let go? And then, as well as physical world stuff, applying a little bit of heat or ice to the area, a little bit of light massage. I feel like I've got to balance both. Jasmine, I also feel like you struggle to balance both physical and spiritual. Like, does that make sense to you? Like, I feel like we have to balance both worlds. We got to balance the physical world. We got to balance our spiritual self. So I feel like you go one way or the other, like, in not a balance. So, and spirit does that to me a lot as well. Jasmine, spirit will say, Lana, you're too much in the spirit dimensions and not enough in the physical world. So, and because I like the spirit world much better than the physical world. So I get sent back into balance. You got to have the balance, which is why I do other things besides my spiritual work. It's part of the reason why I'm involved in community, hockey and all of that stuff, is to keep me balanced in the physical world, because it's so easy to go too much the other way. All right, Kayla. Does spirit have any messages for me? I feel lost at the moment. I have no passion or excitement for my future. So, Kayla, I feel like you've got to come back to right now. Right now, right now. I'm learning right now. And Kayla, this comes back into the transformation and letting some things go. And I think Kayla, like all of us, we struggle with timelines. And I think the time is something that you're putting a little bit too much focus on. Is is when is this going to happen? How is this going to happen? I want it right now. Coming back to the power of now, Kayla, just for today, what are you excited about now? Right now, what are you excited about? And it's what's got you, in a passion right now. What in the moment are you feeling? Even the slightest bit of passion, even the slightest bit of joy, even the slight, and if it means going to the mirror and smiling at yourself, go to the mirror and smile at yourself. I feel like I've got to come back to the power of now. Many of us, Kayla, not just you, but many of us, push too far ahead in time. And when we push too far ahead in time, we miss what's in front of us right now. And I have learned that the power of now, when I started working with the power of now, Kayla, it changed my perspective on so many things, right? And I know you know all of this, Kayla, but just for today, work on right now. Right now, I'm really going to enjoy this cup of tea. I'm going to savor the moment. Right now, I'm going to enjoy listening to my favorite song. Right now, just start with those small things. Right now, I'm just going to look at the sky and find something passionate in that moment. Passions and excitement, we have to look for it too, right? We've got to look for something to be excited for. And I try to look at all things in that magical moment. Look at that bird flying over there. Well, what a magical moment. You see how we have to look for it, Kayla. And all you guys, we have to look for the magic, because sometimes all we see is the frustration in the physical world, and the physical world BS. There's a lot of physical world BS that's pulling our attention, right? Whatever's missing, whatever lack of, whatever's going on, whether it be politics or in our own household, that can be really loud. So we have to turn up the volume on the other things too. Back to balance, right? We've got to look for things. It doesn't always shine bright through and say, "Here I am." What we look for, we will see. Okay. All right. Let's grab a couple here. Look at you guys. Laura, congrats on the team. Thank you so much. Hey, Lana and friends from the UK. Oh, I love that. Congrats on third place. Thank you very much. Caitlin, good morning, Lana. I finally caught alive. Is there a message from spirit for me? Caitlin, number one, I feel like I have to say you are doing so well in all that you do, that you're learning. And I feel like you've been kind of navigating through a little bit of that. I'm going to use the word self-confidence. And I, and I feel, I think part of this is my throat and my cough is from hollering all weekend. Um, Part of it, I really feel, Caitlin, is you're doing really well. And I feel like I've got to celebrate you. I feel like I've got to come in and happy dance for you. I feel like I've got to say, heck yeah. Heck yeah. I feel like I've got to kind of like dance to my favorite song and really celebrate you. You're learning, and some of that learning is awesome, and some of that learning is difficult, but I'm learning. I feel like I've got to like celebrate. I don't know. I just kind of like put a party hat on when I came to your name, is I really got to celebrate, and even the hard stuff, celebrating the hard stuff, celebrating the hard learning, celebrating even when we trip and fall. And people say, "Oh, Lana, how do you celebrate that? Look at what you learned." Right? When we look at what we learn and we celebrate from that, it takes away shame. And this isn't just for Caitlin, this is for all of you. And when we take away shame of something that we struggled with, didn't do great at, that we it changes our lenses. It changes our listen. We've been shamed enough in this physical world through our experiences. Change that up. Change it. Celebrate even the hard stuff. I learned something really hard today, and I am going to Snoopy dance for 30 seconds because I learned something. And even if I learned it the hard way, I need to celebrate the outcome of that. We just got to lift shame. And I feel like if we can lift shame in our learning, it changes our perspective, and it changes our growth, and it changes, and not just for ourselves, but the people that are around us. All right, matriarch astrology. Hi, darling. Hi, Lana. My kids' school will be closing. I want to know if we'll be able to get into a school A or school P, and which will be better for them for August. Okay, so matriarch astrology, I'm pulled more to the second school. I don't feel either school is terrible. I'm pulled more to the second school, and it feels lighter. It feels brighter. It feels. I don't know if the teachers in school P are a little more open. I'm pulled more there. School A doesn't feel bad though. So it just doesn't. It feels just slightly. I don't know if school P has more windows, because I just feel school A just feels just slightly. I don't when I say darker, I don't mean in the darkness, but it feels a little bit darker. I feel school P just feels brighter. It feels lighter. I feel like the teachers might be younger. I mean, I just feel that, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that younger teachers can understand students in their world that they're living in versus teachers that are closer to retirement, and it's because the world is very different than it was. If I look at the world 30 years ago, it's very different. So a young person today has a very different perspective. So because both schools feel good, I don't if they end up in school A, I don't feel terrible. I'm pulled more to school P, and I feel would it be better for them for August, and which yeah, August feels really good. So can they complete the school year out where they're at? I hope so, because August feels really good. I'm stuck between picking English or law. Any advice, Shaz? I think you're going to be great at both, but law. There is something there with law for you. I also feel it's going to open up a ton of doors. I feel like you're going to be able to use it a little bit more. I also feel that you yourself are leaning just a little bit more that way. And I really need to say, Shaz, is you're smart enough, you're good enough, you will work hard enough. I feel that big time. All right, motivational vibes. May I ask which one will be better for me to do, the child adolescent degree or the youth? Ooh, motivational vibes. They both feel so good. And look at the decisions that are coming up here. I just want to take a moment. I will answer your question, motivational vibe, I promise. But I talked earlier about decisions having been made, and the last couple comments have been about decisions people have to make. You're very interesting. I'm pulled more to the youth for a few reasons. Number one, I feel you a glorious vibrational match. A youth degree. I'm pulled more. I feel more of a vibrational match for you. I just feel like I don't know, I can just feel you at home in that energy. And again, the child adolescent degree doesn't feel bad either. I'm just pulled more to the other one. Shy, I'm going to meet a new person tonight. The spirit want me to know anything about it. Trust your intuition, Shy. I'm pulled to the arrow came back, the arrow. So when the card comes back up, is back to you. That's my sign for trusting your intuition. I need you to trust your own intuition. You've got incredible gut feelings and incredible intuition, Shy. You've got to trust that. Joe, big event happening on March 10th. Will it be a positive outcome? I feel there's a lot of learning coming from that. I feel like in learning, I feel like it does feel quite positive. I also feel, Joe, I've got to look at the whole picture here. Parts of that big event feel extremely positive, and parts of that event feel like I wish it was a little bit better. So, is there a few levels to this event, Joe, on March 10th? My anemia is back, feeling a bit down. Any messages from my spirit team? I'm not sure where you're from, but I need to get you in some kind of light, either some kind of sunlight or some kind of, those side lights, or some kind of, one of those red light therapy lights called. I feel like I need to get you in some light. I just feel like, you know, and this is kind of how they're showing it. When a bear's been hibernating or an animal's been sleeping and they come out and they're kind of like squinty because it's so bright. I need to get you kind of out in the light. I really feel like I need to kind of like, and the light will lighten things up. The light will bring you, a different perspective. I feel like I've got to lighten the load. I just feel like I need all things light there. I feel like I just got to lighten things up. So anything that lightens you up, anything that's going to bring you a lighter feeling. I keep seeing your face like this in the light, and I just feel more of an energetic recharge. I feel like it's just, many of us have been hibernating the last several months, no matter where we're from. We've been hibernating kind of closed in. And I feel like I just need to, like, kind of like giving yourself that, wake up. I'm waking up and I'm stretching. And, that transformation space. That's all I feel out there. And I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried at all. And I feel like I've got to kind of lift off any worry from you. Okay. Jasmine, yes, I hate change. I don't think many of it, I love change. I have this bring it on. I have a big, and you want to know why? You want to know why? Because I want to make sure, number one, I want to make sure that if I'm coming back in this physical world, I don't want the same themes. I want new lessons. I want new. Number two, when I'm very much okay with challenging myself through change. And once I get to the other side of change, open doors. I haven't figured that out a long time ago. When we go through change, there's on the other side of it, there's brand new. And it's like a kid at Christmas energy for me. I want to kind of rip open the presents and see what's in there. I want to rip open and see what's new, what's behind that new. And I'm okay to learn and I'm okay if it doesn't go well. I'm okay if it doesn't go well. I truly do mean that. And when we kind of lean into that, when we lean into that, it just shifts us out of fear. Because one thing why we don't like change is fear of the unknown, right? So when if you can move yourself out of fear of the unknown, it just lifts. I try not to make anything fearful. I am learning it. Worst the case scenario, I trip and fall and skin my spiritual knees, right? That's kind of how I look at it. Sounds like fun times ahead. Any guidance for me this morning? Dee Didi, I feel like I've got to get you a bit more social. I don't know if you've been kind of like hanging out on your own for a little bit. I feel like I got to get you to pop your head out and just kind of like, even if it's like through text messages, hi to people that you haven't been in touch with. I feel like I need to kind of like get you connected with people, or connected in any way, connect with your animals, connect outside with wild animals, connect. I feel like I've got to like turn the volume up a little bit more. I can feel the alignment of 2802 with the new moon coming in. Absolutely, Doreen. It's a lot. Ilana, I don't think Charles will be coming home, which means I also lose my puppy. I'm not convinced that he's not coming home. I feel like something's going to lift there. That's what she said. I feel like something's going to lift. I can't shift out of that not coming home. Wes, Lana, any messages for me? Hi, darling. Hi, Wes. Wes. I feel like you're falling right into the energy update this morning about endings, transformation, decisions, energetic support. I feel like this is all kind of like speaking really loud to you, Wes. And I feel like I have to say you will navigate through this one step at a time. And I feel like, Wes, I need to say stay in that one step at a time. Step one. This is happening this week. Step two, this is happening this week. One step at a time. All the floating pieces, all those strings will get pulled in, Wes, in a beautiful package, and the universe will go here. Now it's time. Where you go, right? And that's kind of like where I see you going, Wes. And once you kind of get settled into your new space, and I feel like this new version of you. And Wes, I also have to remind you, you're still healing. I feel like I've got to say it's okay, Wes. I have big feelings. You're still healing, Wes. It's okay that you're struggling with this. You're still healing. You're still healing, and we all are, right? So, and there's nothing wrong with you, Wes. I had to add in that from them. Uh, okay, you guys. Let me. I have to keep an eye on the time. Just wondering if there's any messages for me, says Tammy. Tammy, I've got this lovely gentleman playing with a necklace. He's just going like this with your necklace. I told number one, I want to know what necklace is he playing with. I just feel like maybe it's just a generic necklace that you're wearing today. And I feel like I've got to say to you, I'm so proud of you. There's something that you've been going through lately that's kind of got you to the other side. I don't know if it's a change in thought processes, or if it's a bigger change that you've been kind of navigating through. But I feel like he's saying that I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you for all that you're doing. Sorry, Tammy. I also feel like, have you been doing any kind of purging? And it can be purging of energy. I just feel like there's been like this purging, or it could be stuff. I'm not quite sure, but I just feel like I've got more space around you. I feel like I've got this space, and I'm pulled more to a personal space. So like I'm pulled more like inward, like to you personally. So I'm going to lean in more to. Have you been like kind of like more mindfulness kind of thoughts, more I don't need to think that way or be that way kind of energy. Like I feel like I feel like I just got more space around me. And I feel like you're creating more. I feel like there's more coming there, Tammy, in that. I feel like I need a little bit more space, and it feels energetic. So have you been kind of more in your own lane, or more with kind of just giving things, observing, not absorbing, or standing back a little bit? I just feel like I've got more space. Okay, you guys. I'm gonna grab a couple more. Kayla, you inspire me so much, Lana. I'm trying to grow my confidence to be okay with change. Kayla, it's a big one. It's a big one. And always remind yourself, what's this teaching me? Change is coming at me. Change is bringing me growth. It's how you talk to yourself too, Kayla, that will really, really help. And I think, sometimes it's about rewiring those old patterns or old stories, or sometimes it's how we were taught. I think sometimes taking a look at where it's coming from will also help, Kayla. Why is this lack of confidence? Why is it there? Why, like, what is it? And just kind of offering a little bit of healing to yourself, Kayla, will also be okay. Change is something that I think, most of us, I'm sure if I was to pull the group here, I think we would have about 95% of the hands go up, that or higher, that change kind of takes them back into a fear, or into an unknown, or into the abyss. Down the rabbit hole we go, right? And I think that, it's you're learning, Kayla, and just soft. I'm learning how to be okay. Soften that, soften that, soften that. Joe Smith, yes, there are different, one versus it's a house auction for mom's house. Okay. Hi, Lana. I finally learned the message from my twin flame that breaking myself down to heal someone else isn't okay, especially when they don't want to heal. S- So that's from B. So that, absolutely, we cannot force people to do their healing work. We cannot force people to see what they don't want to see. And people have choice and free will too. And I always respect other people's learning, but you got to know when it's time to step back, right? To step. I'm going to cheer from you from here. People have their own learning and their own experiences and their own choice and free will. And it's not about judgment. It's not about judgment at all. It's about, I need to step back here, and I need to kind of, I got people that I don't talk to for years. I'm still cheering for them. I hope they're doing well, but I needed to step back, right? I needed to step out. All right. All right. Shai's answered Shaz. Um, I couldn't have put it any better myself, to be honest. Thanks, Shai. All right. There's something there about Rachel. I'm just going to scroll back up and see Rachel. I think Rachel posted something. Rachel, at Lisa, happy heavenly birthday to your dad. Oh, did I miss something from Lisa? Every now and again, guys, I scroll a little, my mouse gets ahead of me, so I must have missed something there. My apologies. I don't mean to. I truly don't mean to. But I'm so happy to see the support for everyone here. I love that you guys support one another and grab messages and help each other. I really do. I think that is such a beautiful thing to do in this community. I love it so much. And, that's what we're here for. We're here to help one another. And I can't grab all the questions, and I can't, I do the best that I can, but I can't grab them all. And you guys have a lot to offer each other too. And I say that all the time. You have a lot to offer each other. Ina, yes, I've been hibernating for sure, escaping from the summer heat. Rachel, need to find out how to charge my stones, and I'm glad you're taking the class to learn how to use them. That's well done. I simply charge my stones outside. I just put them all outside. Doesn't have to be a full moon. I'm a big sky person, so outside they go. That's how I charge my crystals, or on the window ledge. Most of my jewelry is all on the window ledge. Tammy, gold chain with a cross that he played with, and I have a gold chain with a diamond pendant that Jim gave me that I play with. As for purging a little bit of everything. Tammy, thank you so much for the validation. Wow, I literally saw him twisting a chain around your neck. So that's profound to me. I love that. Lana, I just see you scrolling mishaps as spirit leading you to the important questions. Absolutely. That's I always land where I need to go. And I've even replaced the mouse twice in the last year with I know it's not the mouse, it's spirit guided for sure. All right, you guys, let's get a spirit animal message this morning. I will be back here on Friday for Ask the Medium, so I'll grab some more questions then, because I do have to get to Cambridge. Time is ticking. Bull. I think we had the bull last week. There must be something else for us in the bull. This is the very fertile and dynamic time, so allow yourself to indulge in any creative projects you've been considering. Your life is headed for an upturn cycle, so welcome it and enjoy it. This is a very prosperous time for you, and you'll soon receive an unexpected windfall. Yes, please. Enjoy the material possessions you have and release those that have serve their purpose, and are no longer useful. There's some purging energy. Set your sights on the goal, get committed to it and move toward it steadily and persistently. But don't rush ahead. No matter how harsh the emotional climate or physical environment you will endure, you're discovering a primal strength and fortitude inside you that is increasingly available to you for your protection. Right now, it's important to provide extra guidance and protection for any children in your domain. Meet any challenges head on with courage and persistence. Look to your family or group of friends for support, comfort, and protection. Pursue the educational course you've been considering. That came up today too in the chat, didn't it? Teamwork is the best way to achieve what you want to accomplish. Draw on a masculine energy, whether you're male or female. That's really interesting because the retrograde that we're coming in is a very, very, very male vibration. Look at that male vibe, right? So that's really interesting that's come up. Really interesting. All right, you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I'm very excited for the week ahead. It's going to be glorious. I will see you all Friday for Ask the Medium. Thumbs up if you enjoyed your time with me here this morning. And as always, I'm wishing you love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided day. Take care, you guys.